Welcome back to another video. Today we are playing the King, and for this character we have increased luck, and then we also have something very interesting. Basically, every tier 4 weapon we have gives us increased weapon percent, or sorry, damage percent, and also attack speed, but it has to be tier 4. Then the same thing applies to items, however, it gives us more max HP for items, tier 4 items. And then we have the opposites. If we equip tier 1 weapons, we lose damage and attack speed, and tier 1 items reduce our max HP. So we want to start out with something that has high base damage, of course, that we can use a lot of. But in my opinion, the actual weapon here, you might not know this, but all these weapons pretty much have tier 1 versions. I think the fireball might not because it's a new weapon, so I'm not sure. But basically, the sword does not have a tier 1 variant. So you always, if you do find a sword, you will always find a tier 2, tier 3, or tier 4 sword, which means you can completely ignore that negative effect. It's also just a nice weapon, has very nice base damage, and it has a nice little sweeping motion, which helps you clear out enemies more easily. So, if you are playing King, you should follow along and go with the sword, yeah? And then this is going to seem a little crazy. We're going to roll for luck. Okay, we found it pretty quickly, but we're not going to roll a single time in this first shop, okay? This is going to be fairly true for all of the shops. We're not going to roll here. We're skipping shop 1 completely. And there are reasons for that. I can explain a bit. Basically, until you get to wave 8, the odds to find tier 2 and tier 3 items slowly are sort of welcomed into the system, right? So that first shop we have 0% chance to find any tier 1 items or weapons. So it's a really bad idea to roll there and pick up things that you don't want. And also I'm going to recycle pretty much everything that's tier 1, by the way. We're going to look for more luck. Not quite yet. Okay, melee damage is also good. It's a tier 2 upgrade, very nice. So shop 2, we have a small chance to find tier 2 weapons and items, so we can roll a tiny bit, and we found a metal plate, so it's not bad, right? We can go ahead and buy the metal plate and head out. I would not re-roll past, I'd say, if it costs you more than 5 or 6 materials, you probably should just stop re-rolling and save your materials at that point. But yeah, the odds are going to go up again in the next shop. And the reason it becomes easier for us is because we start with 50 luck, and the way luck works is it increases those odds by up to double. So if we had 100 luck, then the chances to find those tier 2 and tier 3 weapons and items would actually be doubled. So that is why luck is very good on King. Attack speed great. And we found our first sword in shop 3. Very nice. If you don't find a weapon, you can still play it out pretty simply. I will say though that you probably want to pick up any tier 2 weapon you can find early on. However, it is best if you stick to only medieval weapons, like the sword or maybe the shield, because the way the system recognizes and helps you is by basically giving you higher odds to find weapons that have the same weapon class as what you have already. So currently we have a sword, it has medieval and blade. So if you look in the shop, every time we get weapons, a lot of them are going to be medieval or blade weapons. And we're going to go and take more damage percent and also more melee damage again. You can see this is a primitive blunt, it's unlucky. Precise elemental, also a little unlucky. We can take the snail, but there you go, medieval weapon. Right, quarterstaff, medieval weapon. That is because our weapon is medieval and blade, so we do have increased odds to find these weapons. But since we already have 2 swords, I feel pretty comfortable and safe. I'm just going to go and continue. I only want to go with swords if possible. Having swords basically just, only swords gives us a higher chance to find more swords. So that is why you do want to avoid buying other weapons if possible. But if you need to, you should buy a second weapon. I'd say even by wave 7, most definitely you should have at least 2 weapons if you don't have 2 swords yet. And I'd actually recommend having 3 weapons by wave 7. So maybe even wave 5 you should probably have 2 weapons in my opinion. So you should pick something up, like I said. Don't just try to do it with only 1 sword. That's going to be very difficult. You're going to lose out on a lot of materials because you're not going to be able to kill everything. And we're getting to wave 5. Very nice. Go and skip this. Dangerous bunny and a bait. Okay, we can take the bait. I think it's okay. A rocket launcher. I'm actually going to buy this because I took the bait and this has very good AoE damage. So it'll make it a bit easier for us to kill these lampreys that spawn. I need to be careful here. There we go, I'm fine now. You see we have very low base HP, so it is a little dangerous. That is also why, like I said, you should have about 3 weapons by wave 7. I got them on wave 6, I feel pretty comfortable now. The only reason I'm low HP is because of the lampreys, of course. And yeah, once we get to wave 8, the odds to find those tier 2 and tier 3 items and weapons and such will pretty much get near their cap. So we do want to get to wave 8, and that is when we start getting really strong, because we end up finding a lot more of the things we want. It's just how the natural odds increase as you go throughout the game. Attack speed is great. Some lifesteal is great. We already have 3% from Blade. The Blade weapon class gives us lifesteal, plus 1% there, you see? Let's go ahead and roll. We could actually pick up this hatchet. It's not bad at all, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip it. Dangerous Bunny and a repost. Okay, that gives us melee damage and a free reroll. There we go. The max HP is not bad. It's a little expensive, but that is how tier 2 and tier 3 items work. Of course, they are pretty expensive. And again, see, I have 3 weapons, so this is not going to be a big issue for us. I would like to get more swords, of course, but they will happen. They will show up once we get closer and past wave 8. Those odds are going to be really high. So we're just waiting and surviving this early game. And you can see the only point in this entire run where I was even in slight danger was when I took the bait. And you absolutely do not need to take the bait. It's basically just 8% damage with no drawback, except for a bunch of lampreys spawn at the start of the next wave. So you can end up dying if you're not ready, or if you misplay, you can definitely die. So you just want to be careful with that. And yeah, easy enough. We made it to wave 8, let's go. More armor is great. Max HP. A sword, there we go. See, we're now finding those swords. We're starting to find it. And another one, right? Shop 7. Shop 8 is when we have like basically maxed out odds to find tier 2 weapons and items. So we do want to roll pretty hard here coming into this next shop. Okay. We actually could have avoided buying other things that we didn't really need, just to have more materials ready for wave 8 here, or shop 8 I should say. But I think it's completely fine. I'm not too worried about it. I am going to be selling my rocket launcher in a moment, because I don't want to have it in my inventory, because if I have it in my inventory, it will give me increased odds to find other rocket launchers and like other explosive weapons and such, which I don't want, right? I only want swords. Because once we have 6 swords, that is when you are very happy and you feel very safe. Because you end up getting a ton of armor, lifesteal, melee damage, right? The weapon classes that you get from swords are really good. More melee damage is actually great. I'm going to go and take that. Sword, roll, 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 roll again. And I actually didn't sell the rocket launcher since I just didn't actually want to lose out on having maxed out weapons. Because you can see here, I still only have 5 weapons. I definitely could have sold it. I'm not really in danger on wave 9. Wave 9 is fairly safe, since it's just a ton of small fin aliens, which are these guys, these little guys. And then the chasers, which are the ones without the fins. And then we have the chargers. And we're going to have a few bruisers spawning in a second, the big boys. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, right? But still relatively safe wave in my opinion. Going to pick up some of these fruits to heal. Very nice. After this, I actually will be selling my rocket launcher though. Wave 8 was a little dangerous, so I did keep it, because I didn't have enough weapons. But I feel pretty comfortable selling it after this, and I think we will be able to find another sword fairly easily. Hopefully we just find 2, right? Then we can have 6 weapons. And you see we have a ton of materials now, so we can actually afford to buy it. Little muscly dude is amazing, one of our best items. More dodge is great. Let's reroll this. Some range is okay, since we have negative range currently. And a banner is amazing too. See if we can find what I said. I should sell this now. Repost, more damage. And Alien Eyes is not bad. Blindfold is actually really good. Crit chance and dodge, which both go well with our weapons, because we get dodge from medieval. We're actually going to have 3 armor and 6 dodge when we max out our blades, or when we have 6 weapons. And we're also getting more melee damage and lifesteal, so we get a little bit of 4 different stats. which all help us become tankier. Right? Lifesteal healing, armor and dodge, survivability, and then melee damage helps us do more damage, right? Very, very simple. Wave 10 is fairly simple. Once you get to this point, I would say you should be pretty safe in your run. I don't think you'll really struggle at that point. Also, after this, we do continue getting increased odds for tier 3 and tier 4 weapons and items. So it is only going to be more beneficial for us. Once we have 6 swords, we can kind of just relax and we don't have to worry about re-rolling too much. Or like over-rolling, I should say. Because once you have 6 weapons, you're fairly safe. You're actually dealing, you know, I won't say maximum damage, right? But you're dealing pretty good damage at that point once you have your actual 6 weapons in place. Let's go ahead and move a little bit, keep moving around, avoid getting hit. Enemies coming from all sides. Okay, HP regen is amazing, and big arms. I mean, this is very good because it actually gives us 5 more max HP as well. You can see here, right? Every 5 tier 4 item we get gives us plus 5 max HP. So we do want to take this. And a sword, there we go, like I just said a moment ago. And mastery again. Mastery, little muscly dude, these are amazing. Ton of melee damage. But like I said a moment ago, our odds for tier 3 and tier 4 things are increasing every single wave. So rolling is only going to be more beneficial for us in the late game. So we do just want to keep rolling and keep looking for those tier 3, tier 4 items. And keep upgrading our swords. You can see we're actually still only playing with 5 swords and we're very strong. Luckily we didn't get a mini boss here because I would like to have our final weapon, which we are going to buy right after this. Our 6th weapon. Because we're pretty much missing a 1/6 of our damage when we're missing a weapon, right? But getting to 6 weapons is a big power spike. Let's go and pick up all these fruits so we can actually heal. Make sure we're not dying randomly. And just keep clearing it out. Be careful with the pursuers and projectiles flying at you. The pursuers will speed up if you don't kill them, so do focus them. These little guys with the white ribcage, of course. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. And let's see. We got some more luck. I'm very happy to take that. Another sword. We made it. We got to 6 weapons. So we are about as strong as we could want, or hope to be now, pretty much. But we're only going to get stronger, by the way. I'll reroll one more time. And we could take the Frozen Heart for the crit chance. 5% crit chance and a little bit of additional damage from the elemental damage. I don't think it's worth it. We're already dealing 91 with tier 2 weapons. That is insane, by the way. We're against the Butcher now on wave 12. So we do just want to kind of kite him back and try to continue hitting him non-stop. This is phase 2. Now we just want to dodge as much as possible. Phase 3. Just keep dodging, stay near him, keep hitting him. He's going to run away a little bit. You shouldn't really struggle here. You're very tanky at this point in the run if you made it here. See, we have 37 max health, ton of armor, and we keep leveling up. We also have a lot of dodge, right? Dodge, armor, all very good on this character, on the king. Maybe we can find an Excalibur. That'd be nice. If we find Excalibur this run, it'd be pretty fitting, right? Go ahead and heal back up. And you see how easy it is at this point. I'm basically not even getting touched anymore. And when I do, I just heal it back up. Because luck also affects the drop chance of consumables and fruits. Oh, very nice. We got another tier 4 because we killed the boss, right? And it's a potato, so we just get a bunch of free stats. More armor is amazing. Always damage percent, but it's kind of overkill. I'd actually say melee damage is better if anything, but I will just take the armor here. Damage percent, lifesteal, and dodge percent is great. And then a bait, very nice. Metal plate is good too. Unlock it, and another tentacle for more crit chance. We would like to upgrade our weapons, of course. That would be the next step to getting even more damage. You can see our tier 3 sword is dealing 125 per hit. And again, if you make it to wave 8, past wave 8, I'd say up to wave 11, you will get a massive power spike. That's when you really start popping off. Then if you can upgrade your swords after you have 6 of them, you really start to feel that strength, because that's when you actually get to you know, utilize your passive. Because before you get tier 4 weapons and items, you're pretty much not even playing the game properly. You just have no passive. You have a bunch of luck, but that's about it. So you are a little bit vulnerable early on, but if you do make it past that early game and try to follow along, like I've said, follow my advice, then I think you will do super well, and it shouldn't be too difficult. I feel like King's most difficult period in the game is definitely the waves 1 through 8. If you disagree or you feel like, for yourself it feels different, maybe leave a comment and let me know about it, because I do like to read you guys' comments. Okay, sunglasses, more crit chance is great. It's going to reroll. I am not going to pick up any of these, of course. Okay, that's good though. And more luck. We lose a little bit of HP regen, but that's perfectly fine. Oh, we're against the crocodile. I kind of walked into him because I didn't know. I want to put him in a corner really quickly. Okay, can we go bottom left? Okay, run that way and then come bottom left. There we go. And bottom left. Perfect. Get in the corner, please. There we go. And come back in the corner. You don't have to do this. I just find this is kind of a personal habit. I like putting these bosses that charge into the corner so I can kind of get more swings on them. And that way they won't fly past me or charge past me, right? I can kind of keep them in the spot I want them to be in with more relative ease, right? I see some looters. I'm definitely going to try and kill those really quickly. I'm not even really paying attention to most of the wave at this point because we're so tanky and we deal a ton of damage. There's not much risk anymore. We also heal for quite a bit since we do have a good amount of lifesteal. And that's it. Easy. Right? Very, very easy. Another tier 4 thing. We definitely want to take it. We do lose some of our HP regen and lifesteal. But speed is great, crit is great, and armor are great. Plus we also get the additional max HP. I don't want to take this though. That loses us a lot of damage percent. Definitely not worth. This can be pretty good. We don't care too much about knockback. HP regen, shady potion, and can we get some more swords finally? It's been 300 years since I've seen a sword. Please. Okay, we found another sword. There we go. We can go ahead and lock it. It's pretty difficult to find swords, and the reason for that is that it does have two weapon sets, right? Medieval and blade. So you end up finding a lot of random weapons that you don't actually care about. But it's okay. I still think the sword is one of the best options. You might think, oh, what about the hammer, right? 35 base damage, even higher than the sword. Yes, but the hammer has ridiculous knockback, which makes it hard to stay on enemies because you just make them fly across the screen. So I think the sword is by far the best for King. It's very fitting as well. I'm sure they made this weapon with him in mind because again, like I said earlier, there's no tier 1 sword. It doesn't exist. It starts at tier 2. So this weapon is definitely a very good fit for King. Okay. Easy enough. Oh, I see a looter. Oh, a loot alien. Very nice, we got it. Crit chance, but we don't want to take that. Oh, muscly dude, very nice. Cycle that. And range damage, no. Crit chance again, very nice. Sword, ritual, a peacock. Do I want to take that? It's a lot of XP gain. Let's go ahead and take it, actually. And another blindfold is pretty good. Reroll one more time. Ooh, panda. That's a lot of max health. 17 max health and some luck. And we can also get some armor from the metal plate. So we are going to take double damage for this particular wave. But as you can see, we have 67 max health, a lot of armor, and we hit like a truck. So I'm not really scared. We crit for 296 damage. That is very nice. There's definitely characters with more damage than this, but you won't necessarily be this tanky. And the early game won't necessarily be as smooth. Because you do start out with a sword on this character. So even if you do kind of avoid buying other, tier 1 weapons early on, the second you make it through those early waves, I'd say really only waves maybe 5 through 8 are a little difficult. The rest of them tend to be pretty easy. Because the sword is so good, right? It's such a good starting weapon. And it gives you very nice weapon bonuses once you do get enough of them. Okay, easy enough. An anvil, that is amazing. That must be one of the best things we could get, right? You're gonna go and take it, of course. every legendary you should be taking. Some speed is okay, we don't have that much right now. Blindfold, Panda, reroll, repost is good, reroll, and loot. A lure for some loot aliens. Oh, we're against the mother. She's very annoying, I'm gonna be honest. I want to put her in the corner. Is that possible? No, she phased. Oh no. I wanted to get her in the corner. Yeah, go over there in the corner. Because then she gets kind of stuck. Because she basically runs away from you. So you can get her stuck in the corner, like this. If you're not scared of getting hurt. So in this case, we're very tanky, so we can do this on the king. You can see we're not even really taking damage. So she got stuck in the corner, she couldn't run away. But she was just constantly trying to. So she basically just running herself into the corner non-stop. I do this to a lot of bosses. Bosses that charge. Bosses that try to run away from you. You just run them into the corner and keep hitting them until they're dead. Alright, easy enough. We do need a lot of money. This is one thing about King. Your economy is just constantly like shattered because everything you want costs so much money. Okay, we're obviously going to take every tier 4 we get because they give us more max health as well. This is actually not bad, but we don't really want it. Also don't want that. We want some more damage percent. There we go. Damage percent is pretty nice. Just because we have such high base damage on our weapons. And we rolled a bunch. This is not bad at all. Armor and dodge. The dodge is pretty good, but we really don't need more tank stats. I just want more swords if possible. We're not really finding them, unfortunately. You can see how difficult it is to fully upgrade your swords. You can imagine if you had all tier 4 swords dealing 430 damage per hit, you would have insane damage percent. Because the more tier 4 weapons we have, the more times we'll get that 25% damage boost. And also the 25% attack speed boost, so... It would be nice to upgrade these, but if we can't, it's okay. We still deal plenty of damage. We're just not going to be able to have a world record boss kill or anything. Also, at some point, you really don't need more luck. And I would say that point is... It kind of depends how deep you are into your run. But you know, we had 115 luck. I'd say even if we had 115 5 waves ago, I wouldn't have taken more than that. Unless it was a loot crate drop or something, then you can take it, right, of course. It's basically free at that point. But you don't need to keep buying it and taking it into your stats. You can take other more valuable stats. Get more damage, right? Get tankier. More melee damage. You don't want to take a tier 1. Attack speed is good. Attack speed is good again. We don't need that item. Items give us more HP, but we really just want more sword upgrades at this point. Okay, banner is not bad, but... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I mean, little muscly dude is not bad. More melee damage. I'm really trying to get more tier 4 weapons. The anvil is doing some work for us, right? It's giving us more tier 4 swords, upgrading them. But I would like to actually just find some in the shop. This happens sometimes with King. It's not really a big deal, because you can see if we did have all tier 4 weapons, we would be absolutely destroying this wave, and everything else. I mean, we're already destroying it, but it would look ridiculous, because we had 4 more tier 4 weapons, right, instead of these unupgraded ones. We would get another 100% attack speed and another 100% damage percent. So, that would be, yeah, ridiculous. Very ridiculous. Let's go through and clear out wave 19, very simple. I'd say once you make it to, you know, past wave 11 maybe, you should be completely set. And I don't even think wave 11 should be difficult if you made it that far. It really is just that early game. I know that confuses people on King, because he's kind of a weird character. More damage percent is nice, let's just go and take that. Go and get some more swords before we finish out this run. I think that's a no. I think it's a no, guys. The game does not, no, the game doesn't want me to, it's scared of my power, guys. It's scared of my power. We could see, we only have 2 tier 4s, 2 tier 3s. We could have been much stronger than this. An endless run with like 6 Excaliburs would be ridiculous, right? We'd be absolutely blasting through everything. You can see here, we really destroyed this pause. It took about 10 seconds. And then this one, Invoker boss kill. Yeah, about 10-second boss kill. It was about a 10-second boss kill, not too bad. Yeah, that's the run. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or anything, leave them below. And yeah, if you leave a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Next time we will be playing the Renegade. I hope you guys can watch that. But that's it for today. Okay, so yeah, goodbye. Bye bye.